Hey there, welcome back. It's good to see you. This is the Barrel White, and today I'm playing some NIMBY rails, continuing the series German rails. And today's episode 13 is Regional Express 50 from Frankfurt to Fulda. We start in Frankfurt, of course. And Frankfurt, as we say in America, is a great big city, and it's surrounded by a lot of communities. So the whole corridor down the Main, which is the river, that's what Main in parentheses means. It's on the Main, because it's opposed to another Frankfurt, which is on the river Oder, which is in the northeast of the country. This city, Frankfurt Main, is quite large, and the metro itself is very large. When I lived in this metro, I had been told that along this corridor of the Main River and the Rhine River, kind of where they come together, Frankfurt to Wiesbaden, there's 50 million people probably within 50 miles. It may be totally made up, but I think it's a pretty good stat. And like all internet stats, you should use it as if it's 100% correct. Especially since it came from me. I will see if I can load my videos with more unverifiable facts. Actually, this is very, very verifiable. Very, very verifiable that I'm wrong. As a matter of fact, if I look it up, which I just did, I'm very wrong. It says Frankfurt is the center of densely populated Frankfurt Rhine-Main metropolitan region with a population of 5.5 million. And I said 50. I don't know where my 50 came from, but I think you should not trust me in the future when it comes to numeric facts. Here at Hanau, Hanau has an epic coat of arms. Look at that. It's got this giant goose, this giant white goose, either attacking the shield, so maybe they have like this giant problem in Hanau with geese attacking, or maybe the geese are domesticated and they're part of their defense. So it's kind of combined with their shield. So if you try to, attack Hanau, not only are you going to have to deal with the golden lion on their shield, you're going to have to deal with all these white geese. Only tells me one important thing, and that is don't mess with Hanau. When you see something like this place, it's called Wolfgang, and then it says KR, Hanau. KR stands for Kreis, and Kreis is like district, or county maybe. Maybe it's more like county, but everything's a Kreis, and if you are in Germany, you see license plates, it'll usually, I think the license plates are the Kreis. So where I visit most of the time, it's Kreis Bernkastel-Wittlich, and it's WIL. In Berlin, I'm pretty sure the Kreis Berlin is BER. that one light was backwards. Hope I fix it. All right, good, I did. People at Heiler Mierholz are pretty proud of their big golden rooster. Now I know that Heiler Mierholz is associated with Gelnhausen, so it makes you wonder why Gelnhausen has this awesome black eagle and the other one has a golden chicken. Almost seems kind of insulting to Gelnhausen, or maybe they were proud of being like, I don't know, a lesser bird. No offense to Mierholz people. Just comparing your coat of arms. Perhaps I should start calling these black eagles war chickens. Probably not. I wish we had more time with that town because their coat of arms was pretty awesome. This one too, I mean, just so much going on. Another one with a lot of things, scales, a sword, an angel, a halo maybe, or a crown. All on a blue field. That's a lot going on. And it makes you wonder, you know, how do you choose? I mean, I'm the type of guy who, for many years, has considered, would I get a tattoo? I'm like, nah, I can't, because I can't decide on something. I can't commit to a design that would, be important, and people aren't going to see that. So the families that pick these coat of arms, they not only, said these symbols are awesome, but they're going to represent me now and forever in history. Now, I suppose coat of arms can change, and I'm sure that they do, but you've got to really commit when you choose a coat of arms, because if you have to change it later because it's dumb, then you're admitting that it was dumb or wrong. So they have to pick something and really stick by it, or pay the price of indecision or bad decision, and you'll deal with people giving them hell about what they've the dumb coat of arms they had before. And I gotta be careful, because I'm not really saying the ones we're looking at are dumb. They're just inexplicable. You look at them and you're like, I just don't know what could have inspired that. Now, there's probably a whole science behind it. Coat of arms and what each thing means and what each color means and blah, blah, blah. I don't know it. I'm sure it's very interesting. But it's also interesting and fun to just kind of laugh about it. In a kind way. This one's very industrial looking. We've got hammers, we've got rings. I actually like that one. I feel like I left something unconnected back there. And finally, we've made it to our destination, Fulda. And they have like a combination of a fortress, a shield, and a field. Nope, I think I may have connected. Nope, there's where I was talking about. So I didn't forget. Now, NIMBY Rails has a feature where trains will never hit each other from behind. So obviously a guy is driving a train, or a person is driving a train, they look ahead, they see the train ahead of them, they slow down, they stop. But trains can have head-on collisions, and they do if you don't keep your direction signs accurate and where they need to be, and if your signaling isn't right. But you often do not have to put signals up if it's just a right lane, or let's call it a right-hand lane is merging into a right-hand lane, because whatever train gets there first, the other train won't hit it in the back. Only full-on frontal collisions are what are possible. All right, so we have the stops all labeled for this route. Let's pick a train. And as always, I just kind of test it and watch that train. So this is the gray train in the middle of the screen, close to Gelnhausen at the moment. Just watching it to make sure that it goes to the end of the route, comes around and goes to the other end of the route. And I'm doing this because if I have my signaling wrong, or worse, if I have some lanes not properly hooked up together, it may zigzag a little bit. Go backwards to go forward, if you know what I mean. So everything looks good there. Now we'll look at what the train schedule on the Deutsche Bahn website looks like, or I might just make it up. Generally, I'm going to run these trains, try to get them at an hourly interval, and have them run from 4 to 6 o'clock in the morning to 10 to 1 o'clock in the evening. Because that's when most of these routes go. What's interesting is at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, you'll often see duplicate trains on the same route, or you'll see trains on the same route with the same label. So we'd see an RE50 train, but instead of Frankfurt Fulda, it will stop at some other town along the route. I'm sure some computer or some person has determined that at that time of day they need an extra train, but it doesn't need to go all the way to Fulda. It can stop at Neuhof, for instance. I'm not getting those one-off trains put in here. So far with what we're doing here, I'm laying out what trains go daily to from Frankfurt to wherever, and if there are double-digit trains scheduled to go to any city, I am building those routes. So there are 10 or more trains that go per day in real life from Frankfurt to Fulda. There are 10 or more that go from Frankfurt to Nuremberg or whatever, or Würzburg. Yeah. So you get an idea of which routes I'm picking. Now, again, these are just the regional express routes. I have not done anything other than regional express. But here it is. It looks like our train is running fine. We're looking good. And if I find it, look at the stations, I can see how much we're making a day. Doing pretty good money at the Frankfurt station. A lot of trains coming in and out of there. Look at that. So that's all we have going for this episode. I think it was a good episode. Got us all the way to Fulda. Kind of exciting. And our map is growing. This episode we did 84 more kilometers of rail and 14 new stations. For a total built this series of 899 kilometers, 186 stations. So I really thank you for watching. I hope you'll hit like, I hope you'll hit subscribe, but mostly I hope you come back to the next episode. See you then.